Well, hello, school counselors and school counselors to be. Are y'all having a great day today? I hope that you are. Thank you guys so much for coming to my channel, The Inspiring School Counselor. And today, as you can already tell from the title below, we're going to be getting into another question. Actually, one of my viewers had reached out to me and they were wanting to know, why do I teach lessons as a school counselor? And I thought, what better way to address this question than to just go ahead and do a video on it, because I feel like this question could be of help to those that are watching this that might be wanting to become a school counselor, but just wanting to know a little bit more about what a school counselor does. So with that being said, we're not going to prolong the time. Let's go ahead and get right into it. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and make sure you hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. All right, you guys, let's get into this topic. So once again, the question was, why are you delivering lessons and teaching as a school counselor? Now, I'm going to go ahead and direct you guys to this book. Now, this is the ASCA National Model, and this is actually the old version, but they do have an updated version that is the 4th edition. I have that one as well, but I actually keep that at my job, and I just keep my older one here at my house. But this is the ASCA National Model, and this is the framework for school counseling, okay? This is what's going to help guide you and lead you on just every aspect of school counseling, what it is that you should be doing, and just how to maneuver as a school counselor when you're working in a school setting. So if you don't have this, I do urge you guys to go ahead and get it, because this is a beneficial tool to have. And obviously for a question like this, I'm pulling out the good old book, and this is going to help answer this question. So the ASCA National Model, if you will turn to, at least in the green book, I don't know what page it is in the red book, so my apologies. You want to find the area where it talks about delivery, okay? As a school counselor, it is important that you are delivering lessons in one way, shape, or form. Now, however, depending on your school setting, whether you are in a elementary school setting, a middle school setting, or a high school setting, or maybe you're in all three of those settings. I don't know, depending on where you are working. Also, depending on the school district that you're in, depending on your administration. There's so many factors that can determine whether or not you are teaching lessons. So this is going to be different among school counselors. But if you are teaching lessons, that is not abnormal as a school counselor, because that is actually one of the components that is discussed in the ASCA National Model Framework, and I'm going to be directing you guys towards it right now. As you guys can see, I have plenty of notes in here, but you open up to the delivery systems area of the book. In the green book, it's page 83. And one of the things that they talk about, which you can see in the topics, is direct student services, school counseling core curriculum, individual student planning, responsive services, and then it also talks about the indirect services as well. But the main thing that we're going to want to focus on is the school counseling core curriculum. And when you are looking in the school counseling core curriculum, there are two things that's going to mention, and that's the instruction and group activities. Now, group activities is more focused on like small groups and those type of things. But instruction is something that is focusing on like lessons that you are giving out to all of the students. And that could be a large group. So if you were in a high school setting, then you might be giving a large group lesson to all the seniors or to all the high schoolers. You also have classroom lessons. So you might be pairing up with a particular teacher and you're teaching a lesson to that specific class. And then of course you have that small group, and that's when it gets into like group activities, or even it doesn't even have to be activities. It could just be a small group lesson that you're giving out to the kids. And then you have your individual lessons. So with that being said, when you're looking at the instruction, it says school counselors provide direct instruction, team teach, or assist in teaching the school counseling core curriculum, learning activities, or units in classroom or other school facilities. They may also provide follow-up to small groups or individual students as in need. And those content areas that is going to be addressed can be academic achievement, career development, and personal and social growth. And so with that being said, you are going to be teaching lessons, whether it is over respect, maybe you're doing like a career lesson and you're teaching students about just different careers. Maybe it's even over anger issues. You might want to address that, those type of things. That is the lessons that's going to be able to touch all the students in the building. If it is that you are in that particular school setting that allows for you to do that. And so that is one of the components as a school counselor for you to teach lessons. Now, like I said before, it is different among school counselors, okay? It's different among the different settings that you're in. I know for me, in my setting, I am in a primary setting, which I know I've stated many times before, but just for all of my new listeners out there, I am in a primary school setting. And when I first got this job, I was teaching lessons Monday through Friday to kindergarten through second grade. And when I was teaching those lessons Monday through Friday, it just took a lot away from my individual counseling that I could have done with my kids. It took away from small groups that I could have done with my kids. And so I really had to just sit down and talk to my principal and just let her know my views and what it is that I could offer to the school as a whole, if it is that I teach less lessons, so that it can open up my time to really be able to engage with students and help them with their issues. And so thankful for my principal. She actually worked with me and she cleared my schedule to where I'm not a part of that related arts rotation, but I could actually set my own schedule in teaching lessons to the students. So, and that's a great thing to just be able to do. And when you have an administrator that is able to work with you and just see your side of what it is that you're supposed to be doing as a school counselor. So with that being said, I do want to also say you do not always want to find yourself teaching lessons all the time, all day, because like I said before, it will take away from your individual counseling, your small group counseling, and then other things that you can plan as a school counselor to benefit your school. So if you can, talk to your administrator and see if you can work something out to where you can lessen that amount of time. Another thing that I do want to also say is, if you are one that's not teaching lessons at all, maybe you are in a high school setting that is not really allowing for you to do that, you could always talk to the teachers to see if you could come in maybe the first 15 minutes of class and teach them a lesson on different things, talking to your administrator to see if you could teach some lessons to help benefit the kids. And that's not only for high school, but for middle school and also elementary as well, if you're not teaching lessons in elementary. And maybe you could pair with the teachers to see if you guys can come up with some type of schedule for you to teach lessons. But lessons are a very beneficial component of your school counseling program, just because it allows you to be able to talk to all of the students so that they can see your face and so that they can benefit from your school counseling program. I have, came across school counselors that don't teach lessons at all. And so and some of their students don't even know who they are, don't even know that they are a school counselor at their school. They just think that they're a random adult walking around. So at least with teaching lessons to your students, they're able to see your face. Now, however, maybe your schedule is fit to where you really can't get those lessons in. It's also important to just get out amongst the students, whether it's before school, after school, during their lunch, just to say, hey, how you doing? Talk to them and letting them know who you are. Maybe that even requires for you to go during a lunchtime and being able to introduce yourself to a huge body of students. Maybe that is something that you could talk to your administrator to be able to do. So I hope that I covered everything and why it is important for you as a school counselor to teach lessons. And like I said before, and I'm going to repeat it again, it just depends on your your school system. Where are you working at? Is it an elementary school system? Is it a middle school system? Or is it a high school system? What district are you in? Is that a requirement that they have for you as a school counselor to teach lessons? Or is it not a requirement? Does your administrator want you to teach lessons? Or do they feel like it's beneficial? Maybe that's something that you need to, show them, is that how beneficial it is for you to teach lessons. So if you can add to this in any way, please put that down in the comments below. And I also must say, is there anything else that you guys would like for me to address here on the channel? I am so open to any ideas. So if you guys could put that, if you want to email me at theinspiringschoolcounselor@gmail.com, I would love to hear your questions and address them in any way that I can. So thank you guys so much for your time. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe, and also make sure you hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. I will see you guys next time.